So there's this new narrative being peddled around these days that anyone can become a 100x developer with the help of AI. So in this video, I want to talk about what is a 100x developer and can anyone really become a 100x developer with the help of AI? Let's break it down. Now, just by using an AI tool, any developer can become a 100x developer, right? Because he can now generate lots of code in a very short period of time. So he can write millions of lines of code with just a few prompts. So I want to ask you, what is the difference between a monkey and a Navy SEAL? Okay. Now, monkey, if you give a machine gun to a monkey, he's still a monkey with a machine gun. Whereas if you give a machine gun to a Navy SEAL, he becomes a trained killer, right? That's what we call him, a trained killer. And both of them have machine guns. Then why didn't the monkey become a 100x monkey, or why didn't he become a trained killer? Why did he still stay a monkey with a machine gun? The thing is, a tool is only as effective as the person using it. So you need even better and deeper understanding of coding now if you're using AI tools. The truth actually is that companies will continue to hire highly talented and high quality tech folks that have greater understanding and command over programming languages. So this is still continuing, and it's not going away anytime soon, even after AI tools have been launched, right? Because 100x dev meant something else. It was never about how much you can code or how much code you can generate. It's actually a mindset. So it's not the mindset of a programmer, but of a builder. So you don't have to be just good at programming, but you should have programming skills to be able to build stuff. That's what a 100x developer was. So if you can understand what's important and what's not important from a utility and business perspective, you are on your way to becoming a 100x developer. What I'm saying is, if you don't know what's important, what to build, what not to build, having a tool that helps you write millions of lines of code is not going to help. And in reality, with AI tools, it only makes a very trained developer better, because a trained developer knows what's important, what's not important, what to build, how to build, okay? So what's important is that you need to build a mindset of a builder. Builder is somebody who builds products, right? And he just is not good at programming, but he uses programming to build things. So that's a very, very different mindset. And even a hacker mindset works, right? So in many cases, when I have to build something very fast, I'm not thinking like a builder, like a long-term builder, like, high quality stuff. I'm just bringing things together and building very fast like a hacker, right? So you should be able to put different things together and make them work. That's the mindset of a hacker. But you should also understand it enough to be able to extend it and maintain it. That's the thinking of a builder. So a builder or hacker doesn't matter. You need to have this kind of line of thinking rather than just a programmer. So it's not to do with the amount of code generated or the number of programming languages learned or the number of years of experience or even the number of frameworks you have worked with. It's just one thing, your ability to build products end to end. And that's what makes you a 100x developer. Now, the thing I want to tell you about is that there are riches in the niches. So being a Golang developer and Rust developer is still highly rewarding even with AI tools, because Golang and Rust are not commodities like JavaScript, Java and PHP. And even though Golang is simple, right? Golang is simple, it's opinionated and it's quite difficult to master. So simple does not mean easy, right? They're two different words and they have very different meaning, even though they can be conflated. So many people that start learning never complete learning Golang and Rust. And this is why the entry barrier is very high. So high skill is required to be a Golang developer with a high entry barrier that not many people actually complete it. So that means that it's not very common. So even less jobs are available, I agree. But most jobs end up being really high paying as well. And that's all right, because competition is less as well. Okay, so you have less jobs, but they're high paying jobs. So competition is less. And this is the definition of a niche or a niche, however you want to pronounce it. Niches generally pay well and are quite stable for long periods of time. So that's how Golang and Rust, even from like 2016, it's been very, very stable. So Web3, Golang and Rust, Golang was really important in Web3, and then Rust became really important. Now with AI, cloud, obviously, infra tools, cloud, everything, Golang and Rust are really important. So I foresee that in the next 4 to 5 years, they are going to stay very, very stable. So the takeaway is you build actual products and you build real world projects. You learn deeper by building after you know the basics. So learn basics really well, build a lot of projects, right? Learn Golang and Rust, they will help you in the future. And use AI tools once you know how to code well. Okay, so use AI tools to learn how to code, but don't start generating code directly. Use AI tools only once you know how to code really well. Just invest like 2 to 3 months. It's not a long period of time, right? If you're very young, if you're like below the age of 20, you will feel like 3 months is a very long period of time, but it's not. Just invest 3 months into learning a programming language very well. Watch YouTube videos, learn from books, right? All of that works. So just if you watch a YouTube video, that does not mean you're in a tutorial hell, or if you just read books, does not mean that you're slowing yourself down. All of these are legit things that will always work. Okay, and once you know how to code well, then you use AI tools, then that will make you a 100x developer. Otherwise, you just stay a monkey. So the better your understanding of tech, the better you can the better you can, it should have been can, the better you can tell the AI what you want by prompting it. And then maybe you can edit the code generated by AI, and you can also fix the AI generated code with the help of more prompts, or you can do it yourself. Okay, so because sometimes AI models will hallucinate too much, and you would want to fix something, but it'll just get into that loop, and it won't help you fix that thing. Now the problem is that if you're using that particular AI model, it's very difficult to shift to a different model because the context now has to be transferred, and then you just get into a loop where it's very difficult to fix something because maybe, let's say, you're 10 prompts down into building something and fixing something, and now the AI model is just hallucinating, or it's just stuck in that loop. That happens very, very often, very commonly. So that's why you need to understand tech really well, because then you can at least fix, right, if the AI is making some weird mistakes. So that's the takeaway. I hope now you have a better understanding of 100x. There's a lot of confusion on Twitter, right? What is a 100x developer? You just generate more code now. I can ship so much faster. I don't think just shipping faster is important. You can ship fast now, but 3 months down the line, maybe your code has become spaghetti, right? You can't really maintain it. So you need to ship fast, but you also have to have maintainable and extensible code. That's still very, very important, and also have reduced technical debt. So I'll see you in the next video. Now, before I go, just want to tell you about this cohort that I'm launching. So maybe you don't know about this, but about 3 months back, I started mentoring a few senior engineers, and I received so much demand that I could not I could not accept people into my mentorship, because I can only mentor 2 to 3 different people at the same point of time, because I have office from Monday to Friday. It's just the weekends that I do this. And so what I thought was, I'll create a cohort where all of us can learn together. Okay. And the cohort is all going to be about system design and cloud architecture. There is a link for the cohort for the form in the description. Fill up that form if you're interested. It starts on June 1st, 2025. Now, if you're watching this video after June 1st, 2025, that's completely all right, because I plan to keep these cohorts every 3 to 4 months. So fill up that form and we can be in touch. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.